All right, hello and welcome back to Quest for Glory Do. Despite this character sprite here, we are playing as the magic user, who actually currently has no mana points. I probably need to fix that. But you can see that we have optimized the majority of our stats, still have a little bit of strength and vitality work to do, but we've also done a ton of work on most of our spell skills here. We have plenty of mana pills, plenty of water, so let's refill. And right now we're going to do one of my favorite parts of this game. Oh, we still have never visited Aziza? I might as well do that quickly. I suppose there hasn't really been a need to thus far. But let's go say a quick hello. But yeah, we're going to do one of my favorite parts of this game, and this is going to be one of the few of these videos where we're actually going to follow the dialogue, because, for the most part, we're doing that just with the Thief's playthrough. All right, let's knock. Who is it to enter? Let's say, keep on. What is the element most appropriate to the owner of the magic shop? That would be air. Her name is Aziza. You may enter freely into my home. She likes us to be very polite, so we will say, hello. Welcome, it is good to have a visitor who understands the proper way to enter conversation. Shall we share tea? Yes. We have tea, it's very nice. Now, what is it that you've come for? Ask about wit. If you seek the Wizards Institute of Technology, you will need to use the very thing for which you seek. Ask about seeking? That's fine. All right. Say goodbye. It's been a pleasure conversing with you. Perhaps we should share tea again sometime. So, when she says that we have to use the thing that we are seeking, what she means is we must detect for sources of magic. And our little arrow here will tell us where to go. So we're going to go in this general direction. And I think that this is where we want to go. Let me check on that. Oh, it is where we want to go, but it's not the end of our journey. And there we go, one last time. So let's head down this alley, cast our spell. And a magical doorway appears, which you do not want to open with your hands. We will open with magic. You have entered a very strange place. The path you walk upon seems to be carved from ivory. The walls around you seem carved of marble. Between the walls and the path is a gap through which you view total darkness. When you look down, through which you view total darkness when you look down. When you look up, you see the same limitless black. You have a funny feeling you aren't in Shapir anymore. You're not wrong. You've been walking through halls hung with the portraits of many wizards. At last, you come to see to some pictures that you recognize. You hear several voices. Who are you that enters the lofty portals of the Wizards Institute of Technology? And again, our name has not changed. Why have you sought to enter the Wizards Institute of Technology? To become a wizard. Who do you call upon to be your sponsor and mentor in these hallowed halls of the Wizards Institute of Technology? Now, I don't know if you can call on these guys. We're going to list a few different names, most of which, well, all of which will say no until the end. That is not an appropriate... Okay, so we can't call on the various... So let's... list the various magic users we've met along our travels here. So we'll start with Zara, the magic shop owner from the first game. Zara Shashina, wizard of the Eastern Woods, emissary of the fairy folk. Do you accept Dark Wolf to be your initiate into the Wizards Institute of Technology? Outside of the few spells I gave him, I have no knowledge of his skills or abilities. I will not accept responsibility for him. Fair enough. All right. You must choose another sponsor. How about Fenris? I like that guy. It's not an appropriate sponsor. That's too bad. It would have been fun. All right, who else? We're going to skip Erasmus. He's the one who ultimately says yes to us. We certainly know about Arana. To our regret, she has not answered our summons for many years. You must choose another sponsor. All right, how about the woman who sent us here? Aziza, Enchantress of Shapir, Wizard of Water. Do you accept Dark Wolf to be your initiate into the Wizards Institute of Technocery? I cannot pass judgment upon the candidate until I have worked with him for some months. I am unwilling to have someone I do not know well as my initiate. You must choose another sponsor. How about Katrina, who hasn't come up in the storyline yet, but will later. It's not an appropriate sponsor. Okay. How about Houdini, who I believe is pictured all the way on the left, kind of cut off. Houdini, Prestiginator Paramount of Faraway Lands, Master of Escape. Do you accept Dark Wolf to be your initiate into the Wizards Institute of Technocery? You hear a man's distant voice, apparently under great stress. I'm a bit tied up at the moment. The name escapes me. Now, you really must excuse me. You must choose another sponsor. How about Merlin? Tris Magister Merlin Ambrosius, Wizard of the Isle of Grammare. I don't know how to pronounce that. Do you accept Dark Wolf to be your initiate into the Wizards Institute of Technocery? Have we met before? No, I don't believe so. Sorry. Let's choose another. How about Adavis, who we see there, the second portrait on the left. Adavis, Wizard of the Southern Sands, Enchanter of the Elements. Do you accept Dark Wolf to be your initiate into the Wizards Institute of Technocery? You hear a man's voice, deep and sonorous. So, a want-to-be wizard seeks me for a master? I am not interested in half-trained novices. However, should you actually become a wizard, you might be of use to me. There is much I can teach you. Until that time, find someone else to paper train you. Alright. I think that's everyone. Good. Okay. You must choose another sponsor. Alright. And Erasmus. There is a moment of silence. Do you actually request such a whimsical wizard to be your sponsor? It was the choice he made. Well, we kind of ran out of choices, so. But you know what Erasmus is like. Do we have to endure his sense of levity? It was the initiate's decision. Let him abide with it. Very well. Magister Erasmus of Zauberberg, Archmage Extraordinaire. Do you accept Dark Wolf to be your initiate into the Wizards Institute of Technocery? You hear the familiar voice of Erasmus. Let me see, Dark Wolf. Ah yes, the young hero who was so bright. You hear the squeaky voice of Fenris. You think anyone who laughs at one of your jokes to be intelligent. A good sense of humor is an excellent indicator of superior intellect. Yes, but the keyword is good. Erasmus, do you or do you not accept Dark Wolf? I, Magister Erasmus of Zauberberg, do hereby accept Dark Wolf as my initiate for wit. Wizards Institute of Technocery. Of course. Now, hero of Spielberg. Before you can be initiated into wit, Wizards Institute of Technocery. Wizards Institute of Technocery. You must first prove you are magically and mentally worthy. You will be presented with a choice of 3 objects. Using the spells at your command, you must choose the correct object, move it to the stand, and cause it to ring using only 3 spells. The choice of the first 2 spells should be self-evident, and the third is also Erasmus. Oh, alright. Well, good luck, young hero, and remember the joke about the man who grew more mellow as he grew balder. He no longer had hair-brained schemes? Guesses Fenris? No, he no longer had such a hair-triggered temper. Erasmus! Very well then, young hero, please step into the dark room. Purely a formality. Don't worry about a thing. Ouch, my nose! Alright, so we automatically enter. You find yourself in a strange place. For some reason, you cannot move your legs, although you see nothing constraining them. A strange feeling passes through you, as though someone were examining you closely. Alright, so we have to decide which bell to manipulate, so we're going to cast Detect Magic. And we see it's the rightmost bell, and we're going to cast Fetch on that bell. And finally, we will set it off with Trigger. Yay! Erasmus! Fenris! Very good, Dark Wolf. You have shown yourself very capable in figuring out the spells needed for the pre-test. However, before you can be considered a true wizard, you must pass the trial of initiation, which the Wizards of Wit will give you. I warn you, this test will take all of your wits and magical skills in order to succeed. If you succeed, you will then face... But I can say no more. Say no more, says Fenris. So, hero, good luck. Promises, promises. You said you would say no more. Oh, Fenris. Good luck, Darkwolf. All right, let's proceed forward. You have shown yourself to be resourceful in your use of spells under simple conditions. To become a wizard, you must prove that you are capable of using magic under time-critical and life-threatening conditions. You will be presented with a series of 4 tests. They will require all of your intelligence and magic. Should you fail, your very life may be endangered. Will you accept the challenge and walk the path of wizardry? Yes. All right. You find yourself walking on a narrow pathway leading to the edge of infinity. You hear only your own footsteps. You must now stand into the wind. That staff starts spinning on us. So I'm going to do a couple things here. First, I'm actually just going to pause quickly and save just in case anything happens to go wrong. So 1 second. All right, so first we're going to do is cast Fetch. And then we're going to very quickly cast Levitate and rise above. Oh, damn it. See, that's what I was worried about. Hang on 1 sec. Actually, let's hear what they say when we fail. You will certainly have to be more clever and more skilled if you hope to be initiated. Perhaps you should practice your spells more. All right, hang on 1 sec. All right, we're back. So basically what happened there is cast Levitate, and then I don't know if the winds pull you down or if you're just supposed to be paying more attention, but you got to keep holding yourself up. Otherwise, yeah, it pulls you down and knocks you off the road here. Earth Wizard, you must now face Raging Earth and Stone. So that doesn't look too raging to me, but what we're going to do, let's see. If we approach it, it will wake up. So let's try that, and now let's calm it down. Alright, now we should be able to climb over it. But our spell wore off, and he started to wake up. So let's calm it back down again and let it pass away. You must now overcome the subtle strengths of water and ice. So we need to weaken this little iceberg here. I'm going to cast Flame, but then watch for the water that's melting and pulling us down. You seem to have melted the hoarfrost. Now you can see that the iceberg is fractured. So if we cast it again, you seem to be just melting some of the massive iceberg and not really doing much else. So if we keep casting Flame, eventually we'll get washed away. But like it said, it's now fractured, or at least we can see the fracture. So if we cast Force, we start to move the iceberg a little bit right along that fault line, and I think one more. There we go. You must now withstand the fury of my flames. Alright, so first we will cast Open. With the door open, the fire's heat is more intense. Then we're going to calm some of the flames down. Now, we still need a way to pass over because, as we can see, the flames have died down, only to reveal a hole burned into the pathway. So, I'm going to cast Fetch on the outside of the door here. Close it. Say, do you figure this out, or are you just playing it by ear? A little bit of both. And we're going to knock this doorway over and pass over it. You did it. You are at wit's end. You thought for a moment that you saw a deadly fragmentation bug, but then realized that it is actually the harmless southern variant. You squash it under your boot and it vanishes. Alright. You have proven yourself worthy of the Wizards Institute of Technocery and Erasmus's faith. Congratulations, you are now a wizard initiate. Now you have outgrown the childish hero business and can devote yourself to years of metaphysical musings and esoteric exercises designed to invigorate your intellect and to manipulate your mental and magical muscles. You have passed this day from the lesser mortal plane into the realm of wizards. You are now qualified to begin your postgraduate magical training. In 15 or 20 years, you will be ready to return to the world of mere men. Until that time, you will bask in the sunshine and security of academia, knowing you shall receive the best of all possible educations. Ahead of you are the wonders of wizardry. Behind you are the petty problems inherent in the mundane land. You have passed beyond those weaklings who depended upon your skills and dared to call you friend. You will now learn the real magic of the Wizards Institute of Technocery, knowledge gained through careful study. Walk away from the world of those fools who claim they need you. You are more than just a hero now. You are a scholar. You have only to take the oath that you will ignore and forget about those who said they needed you in the land of Shapir, and devote yourself to the improvement of your mind and magic. Will you take the oath? So you can say yes, and you end up getting a game over, but at least you become a skilled wizard. We, however, will say no. Well, it is obvious you think being a hero is more important than being a scholar. Perhaps someday, when you have matured a bit, you will comprehend the enormity of the education you have ignored. The Wizards Institute of Technocery is for real wizards rather than the real world. Congratulations, Wizard Darkwolf. You have shown exceptional intelligence by refusing to take their silly oath. After all, what good is magic or knowledge unless you use it? Fair enough. My graduation present for you is the reversal spell. You may recall the kobold's use of it against you in Spielberg. I do. Cast reversal and magical attacks directed at you will rebound to their caster. But take care, it will not help against the indirect effects of other spells. You feel the thrill of knowledge. Now you know how to cast the spell of reversal. You shall now return to Spear. They really need a real wizard hero like you there. And remember, those who can, do. Those who can't, tell others what to do? Question mark. Fenris, when is a rat not a rat? When it turns into its rat hole? No, when it's eradicated. What did the rat say as he fell 12,000 feet straight down? It's a long way to trip a ratty. Or maybe, cheese it, I swiss I had gone the other way. Oh, alright, what did the rat say? I'm not sure either, but I know way to find out. Care to volunteer? I guess I blew it. I'd cheddar be Gouda for a while, right? Right, at any rate, wizard hero, good luck and farewell. And we have been cast out. Alright, so that is the Trial of Wit. Let's see, sunset approaches on day 13, so why don't we... did we eat yet? I don't remember. Guess not. Alright, eat, drink, stand. We just go to bed for the night and see if anything happens in the morning. It looks like something's going on. You know what? Why don't we end things here, and when we come back, we'll see what Abdullah has to tell us, and we're also going to have to go visit the Dwarvish and find out what he was interested in. But till then, see ya.